back to the channel. It's Haynesy coming back for another video. And today we are here for our round 17 tips of the 2024 NRL Telstra Premiership season. Now, last week we did take on the great Hectic Fred. And then for the first time in 2024, we had a draw, 7-all. It was really, really tight, really, really competitive. So I'd like to thank Hectic Fred for coming on last week. Really appreciate it. It's now time to introduce our new guest for round number 17. But before we do, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Haynesy_T. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Without further ado, let's get straight into our predictions. First game on Friday night sees the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs taking on the Cronulla Sharks at the Court Stadium in Sydney. Bulldogs coming off that loss to the Roosters last week. The Sharks are off the bye. In towards the Bulldogs. I'm going to go to the Bulldogs 1-12. I think it's going to be an important game for them to see how they shape up against the top teams. Looking for a bounce back here. 1-12 and Jacob Kiraz, anytime try scorer. It's now time to introduce our new guest for round number 17. Let's say g'day to him.
Haynesy. Big grudge match between you and I this week. Obviously at Allianz. You've been telling me for weeks to get out of your stadium. This week I've taken your advice. I'm actually not going to be in the country. I'm going to be in Japan. I'm going to be as far away from your stadium as possible, sadly, for the Goodman Haynes Cup. May the best team win. But in lieu of me being at the game, I'm going to give you my tips this week. Thank you for having me on. Big shoes to fill from some of your previous tipsters. We've obviously had Roasty, I think Winston Neville. So the pressure's on to produce the goods. And look, let's see how I go leading into the weekend of footy. So the first game, we've got Friday night footy where the Dogs up against the Sharks. I think the Sharkies win and win well. In the Friday night match. I don't know, in terms of a margin, I mean, I think they cover the 4.5 point line. I don't think it won't be a crazy win, but I think they should cover that in the Friday night game.
The first game on Saturday sees the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Brisbane Broncos at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium in New Zealand. The Warriors coming off that 66-6 loss to the Gold Coast Titans, while the Broncos off the bye after their loss to the Broncos. Really, really tough game to pick. Both teams are missing players. No Origin players for the Broncos. They've all been rested. And no Shaun Johnson for the next 4 weeks. I feel like at home, at sellout, the Warriors are going to bounce back. And bounce back in a big way. I'm thinking they're going to win this one. I'm going to go 1-12. And I keep doing it. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. He's just a lock. I know it's boring, but gets me points. So, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak, anytime try scorer.
Warriors versus the Broncos. Interesting one. Across the ditch, obviously the Warriors got absolutely spanked last week by the Titans. The Broncos are a good team. They're the favourites in this game. Are they going to rest a few players? Potentially. But I think the Broncos probably win this game, Haynesy, on Saturday.
Newcastle Knights take on the Parramatta Eels at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. This is the second game on Saturday. Newcastle need a win. Para need a win. They're on the bottom of the ladder. This is a real poo-sling of a game, but it's actually shaping up to be an interesting game. I think Para are going to win this one, honestly. I know Newcastle are due for a win, but I know Para are due for a win. But off the back of Origin, Mitchell Moses would be full of confidence. So I think he's going to steer his team to a massive victory to get them off the bottom of the ladder. Parramatta 1-12. Mitchell Moses, anytime try scorer.
Next game, Knights Eels. Now, this is a tough one. This is a tough game. I think, look, Mitch Moses, I'm not sure, regardless how he goes in the Origin game, I think he's going to be set for a big game here in this one as well. I actually get the sense, and I think I tipped this on the Bloke review show on Monday, Eels potentially doing a bit of a number on the Knights here. I think I went Eels 13+ on the review show. So I'm going to stick to my guns there. I think they're actually the outsiders in this one, the Eels, but I think the Eels get the job done against the Knights.
Melbourne Storm take on the Canberra Raiders in Amy Park in Melbourne. Storm atop of the ladder. Canberra, they were absolutely putrid against the West Tigers. But the thing is, though, that the Canberra Raiders have this record of beating the Storm in Melbourne when no one tips them. This is really interesting to say. Am I gay enough to tip the Raiders? Probably not right now. If they're playing good enough, I'd definitely back them. But I'm going to eat my words. I know I just got a feeling Canberra going to win this game, but I'm not gay enough to tip them yet. I'm going to go to the Storm 1-12. And Jerome Hughes, anytime try scorer, because he got the bacon for me last week.
Storm host the Raiders. Well, we all know The Canberra Raiders got taught a lesson in rugby league football last week at Campbelltown at the 9th Wonder of the World. You know, not much more they could have done there. They just came up against a great, well-oiled organisation in the West Tigers who are on their way to bigger and better things. The Storm do a big job on them here. Storm 13+ against the Canberra Raiders at Amy Park.
Into the Sunday games now, and the St. George Illawarra Dragons are taking on the Dolphins at Netcharge Jubilee Stadium in Cogra. Dragons coming off the bye, while the Dolphins went down into the Melbourne Storm last week against a really tough team. They really played okay and definitely punched above their weight against the Melbourne Storm, but they were no match for the Melbourne Storm in the end. This is at Cogra. I know the Dolphins beat them 38-0 early in the season, and I know for a fact that the Dolphins don't have the best record in Sydney, but they did beat the Sharks last time out in Sydney, so you got to lean that way, I think. But I'm still going to tip the Dragons at home, 1-12. I think they're going to be playing well, and same as what in Origin 1, had a great game. On the back of Origin, Lomax killed it the following week, so I'm leaning that way. I'm going to go Zach Lomax, anytime try scorer. He's going to kill it again at Cogra for the Dragons.
Dragons versus the Dolphins out at Cogra on Sunday. Actually backing the Dragons to win this one. This is about the point of the year last year where the Dolphins the wheels started to fall off a bit. They've looked, I don't know. I think they're a little bit of a better team this year than they were same time last year, the Dolphins. But Dargans, Ben Hunt, Zach Lomax, riding the wave of some good Origin form. I think they get the job done.
Penrith Panthers take on the North Queensland Cowboys at Bluebet Stadium in Penrith. The Panthers had a decent win off the bye and then had the bye, while the Cowboys, they stumbled a little bit last week as well. So, I'm trying to think who to tip this one. I think obviously Penrith win well here. I'm going to go Panthers 13+, and I'm going to go off the theme that he killed an Origin as well. Origin themed. I'm going to go with Liam Martin. Scored the first try in Origin. He's going to score anytime.
Panthers, Cowboys. Panthers are warm favourites here. And for a reason, the Cowboys, they look a little bit busted at the moment as well. I think the Panthers win and win well. I can't remember. The line's about, it's almost, you know what, Panthers 13+ in this game. I think they're going to win well on Sunday.
All right, Hammy, it is time for the main one. The Sydney Roosters take on the West Tigers at Allianz Stadium in Sydney. The Roosters coming off that win against the Bulldogs in Gosford. Well, the Tigers, they broke a little bit of a Campbelltown curse against the Canberra Raiders last weekend. The Tigers won 2 in a row, and they'll be looking up for a big scalp here against the Roosters. But we all know that's not going to happen because the Roosters haven't lost to the Tigers since 2018. They haven't lost at Allianz to the West Tigers since, I cannot remember the last time we lost to the Tigers at Allianz. It's been that long. So, obviously, you're going to tip the Roosters here. Roosters 13+, and he scored 19 tries in his last 14 games against the West Tigers. My boy, Daniel Tupou, he's going to score anytime. For the final time, let's send it over the Hemi.
Then to bring it home, this is the big one. This is the headline event for round 16 of the 2024 NRL. Your boys up against my boys, Haynesy. I know you're going to be making a lot of noise in the Chook Pen. I'm hopefully I can find somewhere to watch the game in Japan. If anyone knows where I can watch it in Tokyo, let us know in the comments below. But I think we see a famous Tigers win here. I'm taking the Tigers head-to-head. Not probably bold enough to go 13+, Haynesy, although I wouldn't completely rule that out. Things starting to click for the boys. Lockie Galvin going to see out his contract. Adam Dewey, probably the form centre of the competition at the moment. Dream Buller starting to find some of that first season form as well. So I think you're in for a tough day at the office in the Chook Pen. So good luck to you, and good luck to everyone having a tip or a punt this week. Haynesy, thank you for having me on, and I hope you have me back on, even though the Tigers are going to absolutely smash the Roosters on Sunday. All the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is our round 17 tips of the 2024 NRL Telstra Premiership season. Special thanks to the Great Hammy from Sportsbet fame for coming on for this week. Make sure you go check him out, and make sure you check out his podcast as well. Link is in the description. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Haynesy_IT. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys out there at Allianz on Sunday. And Hammy, get out of my stadium. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye for now. Up the Chooks.